Welcome back to the Vainglory China Invitational. I'm Wolf. With me is Valdez. We've had 4 action-packed matches, but we've still got at least 2 more to go. And so far, it's looking like we've got a really good idea for how these teams are, skill-wise.
Yeah.
And this group is much closer than yesterday's groups. I don't feel like there's one team that stands out to me as, well, this team just isn't on their level. There's no IDO of Group B.
Yeah, no IDO. TVT I thought would be the weakest, but then they came out and had a fantastic game against C and L. So they definitely have the ability to take games. It's really just about their decision-making outside of the game and inside of the game to decide whether or not they will be able to take some points, I suppose, away from Delta, because this next one up against Delta is going to be the last game they have.
Yeah, it's their last chance, and we'll see how Delta performs here. Really think we have to see a Celeste ban going into this one, just based on what we've seen from these teams so far. I think we're going to see Queller either on Celeste or Sky. In this case, if we see a Ringo again, I'm like, what are you doing, man? I really like Queller. I think he's actually a great lane player.
Yeah.
He's actually shown some really great plays.
Just holding that team together. He did a fantastic job on the Sky when he was given a chance at that, when he picked it himself.
Yeah.
So.
Up on our Chinese stream, we have our standings, but you guys already know. Oh, we're going to have them up anyways. Here we go. So, as you guys can see, CNL is in the lead with 6 points. I think there's like one potential tiebreak scenario that could happen, but it's a really weird circumstance.
Delta, they need to 2-0 TVT, which I believe is probably the more likely scenario. But then Mustang needs to 2-0 CNL, which would put those 3 teams, Delta, Mustang, CNL, all at 6 points. And they would all have beaten each other in sort of a cycle, like Mustang beat CNL, CNL beat Delta, and Delta beat Mustang. So it's a 3-way tie in that scenario. But again, I think that last one is the least likely scenario.
Jewel ban. Can't say I agree with that one.
Oh, and it's Catherine. It's not Arden.
Whoa!
This is the most exciting thing that's happened all night, Wolf.
I thought it was like a not locked in. I thought it was like a like a teasing. I can hear the Chinese crowd being like, ah! So we are going to see the standard composition from Delta that we saw from them before, with Hope on Arden, Raichu on Celeste, and why am I
Fortress?
Fortress, that's right. Yeah. Pikachu Fortress. We did see Pikachu play some Koshka as well, so it's kind of a little bit of a variation.
Yeah, I've been liking the Fortress though a little bit. I'm not sure though against Catherine. I think I would have liked Koshka a little bit better.
So not only do we have Queller on Celeste, which we expected, I thought we were going to see that the Celeste ban. We saw a Sky ban instead. We're going to have Monkey rolling up on Catherine, so we'll get some variety in here. So get hyped. And then, even crazier potentially, is that we have Glaive for Walnut. So, not going to be running that. Not going to be running that Rona. So it's been a long day.
Yeah.
So we're going to have the duel between these Celestes in the mid lane, and I think I personally want to say I like Queller's Celeste more, but it's not showing up. It's not showing up already in this early game.
Yeah, I mean, Raichu's a fantastic Celeste as well. I think it's very evenly matched, to be honest, but we'll get to see who is the better Celeste at the end of this matchup for sure. I'm very curious to see how this will hold that thought.
It's almost a gank-dependent matchup as well. Oh, look at this Glaive hit on Raichu. I think he might actually bite the bullet here. Down he goes. And Walnut needs to get back, though, because even though Glaive has a decent health pool, it's not massive. But yeah, this mirror matchup is based on skill alone if nobody comes to gank, but because these two are the same hero, Celeste, which is a very gankable hero, has no escape except a collapse, which is not very likely to hit. You're going to see a lot of ganks. You're going to see a lot of rotations to the lane, and you're going to try to get Celeste farmed as much as possible because she's your late game damage dealer. And I think that the composition for Delta is solid, but I don't want to say it's massively better or anything like that. I think it's just a stylistic preference, and I think Glaive can be a big fight changer as well. We're already seeing that Catherine, can run up into the middle of everything and basically just absorb and reflect damage.
That's a bit of a difference between her and Arden. I mean, Arden's good. You can check bushes and then just Vanguard back as well. So it's I don't know, it's a little bit different. You got that stun as well on Catherine.
The trade-off for Catherine and Arden, I feel most of all, I'll pull that thought, we're going to see Glaive get pretty hurt here. He's taking a lot of damage and actually gets taken out here. As Monkey nearly falls, but is able to escape. The trade-off is you have that initiate constantly with that stun. Oh man, Monkey going too far south.
Not expecting that invade, funnily enough.
Yeah. You have that with Catherine, though, that shield and that initiate, but the shield is only self-imposing. What you lose is the ability to shield a carry or someone who's in danger, as well as to speed up someone who can chase. And her ulti is, you know, comparable to Arden's. It's the difference being it doesn't lock you down. It just silences you, so it removes your ability to use abilities.
Yeah, and that silence is very long. I think it's like 1.5 to 2 seconds there, so it is a very long silence, considering how fast fights do go down in Vainglory. So if you can land a good silence and make sure they're not going to disengage, that's the other thing. You don't have that gauntlet to lock everybody down, so even if you do get the silence off, if it's a bad timing, they could just run away, or, you know, maybe they're just way too far ahead at certain times. You need to be really good with the timing of your blast tremor as Catherine.
I feel like Catherine is the better overall early game hero and constant skirmish hero, just simply because she can stun constantly with such a low cooldown. When it comes to big team fighting, Arden is your guy. And that's especially after level 6. Whereas before that, you know, I think Catherine is the better hero. And we're going to see a big fight here, but Raichu is very late to the party. Glaive going to get a nice knockback here with his afterburn on Pikachu. He needs to run away and escape now, but he's going to take Fortress with him as they both kill each other. A double kill in that regard. And Monkey, I think, is just not going to last out here. Down he goes. Even with that shield, he's not able to survive. And now Queller trying to go for the snipe here on Hope. Not able to find it.
Yeah, Queller very passive in this fight, making sure that he does not go down. Nearly full health, full energy there, but still wanted to just back off 1v2.
It's Arden that we're talking about here as well, so it's just going to be so much harder to actually grab and kill. You can just escape and dodge by jumping to Raichu if he's trying to go for that Genesis.
Yeah, and hitting Raichu is going to be harder because he'll get that speed up from the Arden as well as that shield. So definitely the better choice there. But also even in the beginning of that fight very much in the back, which is generally what you want to see from Celeste towards the later game. But at least he's got the right mindset for that.
Yeah, that he does. So, you know, this game has been pretty fiery. You know, this has been one of our, out of, you know, yesterday's matches we saw a lot of games like this, but today we haven't seen as much. We've seen a lot more passivity. And this is one of our, you know, mini most kill games. Like we're at 538 with 6 kills already on the board.
We had one game in the last series where it was 1-0 at this point in time. So
yeah, we had one
you
game.
can see the difference.
We had one game where it was like 1-1 at 11 minutes as well. So nobody's dying.
Yeah. Especially when you get Catherine on your side, you want to be setting up those kills, especially in the lane. But very nice play from Raichu, just to sit back, not be too over-aggressive, as we have seen is the Chinese meta at times. You know, once you get ahead, just be over-aggressive and throw the lead away.
So both Celeste now have their ultimates, and Pikachu grabs his ult as well. And it's just Monkey and Arden who don't have it yet. And they're getting very close. All right, we're gonna have a big fight here. I think without the Arden ult, this comp definitely favors TVT. There goes the ult from Fortress. It's going to be a big game changer. Not yet. Raichu actually taking a ton of damage from not only the Solar Storm, but also from that Scout Trap. But he stays alive and continues to do his own damage as well as his own Solar Storm. But I think he may end up falling here. Oh, getting so aggressive. Monkey could have turned on him in a second. Arden is there to help him, but he doesn't have enough damage. I think that was a mistake to turn like that and try to fight.
Yeah, I think they weren't sure exactly where Celeste was going, maybe assuming that she would go back to lane or something of that nature, but Queller is on them, man. He's doing a ton of damage there.
Yeah.
Overall, that was a fantastic engage from the Glaive. He got the afterburn, knocked Celeste into the Scout Trap, ends the follow-up Solar Storm.
Yeah.
So Raichu essentially started, 5 seconds into that fight with about 50 to 100 health, which is not where you want to be as a Celeste. You want to be pretty safe in the back.
Looking at the farm in this game, Color does get a whole set of minions ahead at 70. He's going to rotate out of the lane after he gets that wave. He's going to protect this buy here at the shop to try to bait a fight. As with a wipe at this stage of the game, you could grab the gold mine. I think they're hoping for such an advantage. It's not happening though, which means Raichu will get that farm caught up, and in fact even take a lead. And while they push the turret, they're actually going to take this gold mine, which is going to actually end up being about equivalent.
It will be exactly equivalent and will give Delta even more map control here in the lane, but Hope taking a ton of damage now.
Here comes down that gauntlet. Pikachu taking a lot of damage though, and obviously Arden is already dead. I feel like this actually favors TVT overall. Yeah, they didn't get the turret, but to a certain extent, the gold mine does give you a lot of map control.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely helps out in the jungle if you can force a fight around that gold mine. They have overextended way too far here.
Yeah,
they're trying to go for that kill onto Pikachu. They're going to throw away 2 of their members.
I have a feeling Color did not agree with that decision. You could tell by his movement here that he was like, no, I don't think this is a good idea, I'm going to stay. And it might have even been a communication problem because he definitely could have helped out and helped zone and made that so that one of them could escape, but instead he just pushed the lane, almost as if he was saying, told you so. I told you guys that was, you should come back.
No way. I mean, if you consider the situation right now with TVT, they're in last place with 0 points. Even if they did win this 2-0, they will not make it to the next round. So they have nothing to lose, nothing to gain. So they're essentially, I mean, probably in a bad mood. They didn't perform as they wanted to. And not the best decisions are going to be made here in these 2 games by TVT, yeah. I'd have to think.
We saw a similar situation yesterday when one of the teams had to 2-0. I think it was Guest, and they lost the first game. And then the second game after that, we saw a pretty weak performance. This is the weakness of round-robin formats, but that's another story for another day. Color will get taken out here for free, and Glaive tries to come in to help out, but there's no opportunities. They're going to have to just cower behind this turret. And actually, Glaive looks like he's going to fall here. Which should not have happened.
Nice save there for Pikachu. Fountain of Renewal used to keep him alive. But yeah, I mean, you can see TVT falling apart at the hinges. Like, everything is going wrong. Like, people are getting caught out, just being way too far down the lane or way too far in the enemy jungle. Just, bad decisions across the board. And Delta's going to take full advantage of that. They need to get both of these wins in order to have a chance at making it into the semifinals. So they're going to play their hearts out here.
Pikachu taking some more damage from that scout trap, probably freaking out a little bit because if he walked into another one, might have died if he was outside of that speed range to get that boost. But he's fine. Everything's okay. He's going to regen. Color does have his Solar Storm back up and online. And what TVT really needs right now, beyond just pulling themselves together, is a good team fight. And they do have their ultimates online. And Catherine, if she can get the stun here, look at that. Chaining the stuns together, trying to kill Raichu. Raichu has no escape. That's definitely going to be the start of something new.
The beginning of maybe the comeback for TVT. Raichu, not sure what he was doing all the way out there. I mean, he was pretty close to his turret, of course, but you got to be a bit careful when you don't have the vision, of course, on the map. But look at this, diving the turret. They want the kill. With Catherine, they may have been able to do it. She'll at least stay alive.
Running through that scout trap this time, Pikachu not taking the damage. We're gonna run into Monkey here at the shop. And this is a bit scary. Monkey doesn't know that they're there, they don't know that he's there. Could have actually tried to grab him there. Gauntlet was up in 1 more second. Could have actually trapped him and potentially killed him there. But as it is, we're just going to see a rotation back to lane. Raichu's farm about 1 wave ahead of Queller's, not a massive lead, but he can bully him a lot here with no turret to protect him. Monkey is going to take some damage, avoids that second Heliogenesis, but Queller gets hit instead.
Color gets hit. Frostburn is down. Here comes the gauntlet.
Oh man, and no reflex block from Monkey, so he's gonna get locked down here as well. Really nice Solar Storm though, and here comes Glaive. Raichu's taking some serious damage. But it looks like Walnut's gonna be the first to fall. Monkey will fall next. There's that Solar Storm. Queller gonna go down. It's gonna be an ace, and that is a problem because that means they can actually finally finish this turret off, and they might be able to take a second one with them because they have this minion wave, and they have Celeste who can just, you know, continue to hit those Heliogenesises on top of each other on a solid, unmoving target.
There you go. That's going to be 2 turrets coming down here and extending their lead by a fantastic margin. Already 3.5k gold up here. And as I said before, it's really just the what happens after you start to fall apart as a team in one of these games. You begin to see the mistakes, you know, pile on themselves, and it begins not to look so good for TVT here.
Yeah. Scout traps and the Steelers kills.
MVP.
Almost looked intentional for a second. They're like, wait, that's not ours. But the gold mine is actually still controlled by TVT, which is kind of weird that they haven't done anything about that. It's almost like they forgot. They had a few opportunities to take that back. They still have a lot of time.
I'm thinking about taking another fight here. Funny that TVT is also kind of just like, okay, we can fight, we're fine, you know, we're confident to win this one. But I think they have to be careful more than anything else. I'd rather see them, you know, at least just sit in their own jungle and be very passive, especially because they do have that gold mine.
Yeah.
Can't really afford to lose someone and lose that as well when you're this far behind.
That's right. They're checking now the gold mine to see if anyone was nearby. And with this vision that they have, I think they could have taken the gold mine back. It looks like Delta is just not that interested since there's still so much time remaining on the gold mine. It's not going to be a massive payout for them yet. So, you know, they want to focus their efforts on more immediate returns on gold and wait a little bit longer to grab the gold mine. Okay, looks like now is going to be their opportunity to take it. Going to be about 150 gold they grab off of this one.
And there they go. TVT doing a good job of just turtling, as I was saying before. Just push out the lane, get the backside of your jungle, get a small amount of farm, but you're sticking in the game, hoping that your opponent will make a mistake over the long period of time that you do survive. Not sure where Monkey is. Looks like he did go back. But they should definitely group up and try to be careful. Maybe get a pick here somewhere.
Yeah. Ooh, Monkey. Gonna get crucibled out of there, but we'll see what happens now. There's Catherine's ult, but it's not going to be a massive game changer. It does buy them some time. Monkey is hanging in there, but there's the ult from Fortress, and that's going to put off so much extra damage, including the burn. Queller is being chased down by that wolf.
That one wolf wants blood, man. Yeah. You're out there on the house in gold looking for blood.
I want it. I'm coming for you, Celeste. But with this composition, even without the ace, it's pretty easy to knock down a turret. Not going to be able to get a second one. They could have tried to push for it, but this is a good choice here by Delta to say, no, not going to overextend.
Very safe. As I said before, they just can't afford to lose even one game. And any loss of a team fight or throwing away an ace could lead to, you know, they get aced and then all of a sudden the Kraken is pushing down the lane and they die again and all of a sudden, you know, everything goes down the drain. So very safe, solid play from Delta. I really like it.
Yeah. All right, well, we're posturing now around the Kraken. I think there was some team calm kind of discussion there for a minute. Celeste backed, Raichu that is. They're going to continue to take this jungle farm and set up. And one thing I want to notice, or I want to note, is the difference between Delta and TVT and Leeds is their ability to use scout traps to control vision. We saw basically Delta and Mustang were the two teams that are doing this the most today. It makes such a big difference. A big silence here, but so what if there's no follow-up? Monkey going to take a lot of damage. And look at this Raichu just using boots to escape. Oh, and a beautiful gauntlet going to lock them down.
Only Queller left over. He's going to use the reflex block and try to Solar Storm to do enough damage, but it's 3-on-1.
I almost feel like Raichu's Solar Storm wasn't necessary, but this is going to be the game-winning move because it does give them the ace. And again, I feel bad for TVT, but this match really doesn't matter for them at all. It was all about the pride and their pride can't be feeling too good right now after losing yet another one of these matches. Delta will take their first win here with a solid draft, the standard draft they've been running with most of the day, just